Grave Peril by Jim Butcher places us back into the trenchcoat and an inevitable nude fight scene of Harry Copperstone Dresden. The book kicks off very quick and strong, so let's dive in. Grave Peril starts off introducing us to the character Michael, helping out Harry, who is essentially a holy paladin type in the new era. Think Knights of the Round. And he comes equipped with a legendary sword and all. We quickly find out, like many of Harry's relationships, theirs is complicated. To compound this, we are also introduced to the fact that Harry has at one point in his life made a deal with his fairy godmother, and in this book, she comes to collect on the debt. This particular novel has a pace that is fun and energetic. It carries a lot of the same conversational interactions and fights that exist in the previous novels. However, in Grave Peril, it feels much more dialed up, condensed, and enjoyable. We continue to expand on the world here with more information about the Fae and vampire councils, their accords with the White Council, how laws between the factions work, and how they are on the verge of being torn apart. This book gets complicated as Harry gets a letter from the vampires to act as a representative of the White Council, all while having an intimate moment with the love of his life while talking to necromancers, alluding to a barrier failing to the spirit world, making it easier for things to cross over. This book has a lot going on, and normally this could cause things to be convoluted or simply not work. However, even with all these things going on, I really love the fact we get a bunch of character development this time, as it was severely lacking in Full Moon. We also get more insight into the battle between light and dark that is unfolding under the seams of the book. However, it does make me ask the questions, are these new threats? Or is there kind of a massive dissociation between what is known and what exists for our characters? I feel like every enemy in every scenario, every new evil is kind of learned on the job type event. I'm really looking forward to a moment when Harry has kind of an aha moment, or when we get some details of what is actually happening here from the White Council's lips or another third party. We do get some characters introduced here who could potentially divulge information like this. We are definitely setting something up that is much grander than the single stories we've had so far. I just hope it doesn't turn into a situation like Supernatural, where monsters and stories get severely out of whack. My original point here is essentially that Michael and Harry kind of constantly feel at a loss for what is happening here, what type of demons or ghosts they're dealing with, and what I find fascinating is that they're supposed to be essentially professionals, but they feel often like noobs at times, like a Genin and Naruto, or someone just learning about their powers. Even the way Harry has very simple uses of his magic with his boomstick, simple evocations, and his shield. I want to know more about how long he's trained, what was taught in their school, although I'm not sure this will ever happen. This story has me thinking a lot about the logistics of this world, and that is 100% a good thing. I'm starting to feel invested in the characters, the world, and how it works. There is a scene where we learn about the sword Michael carries, having a nail embedded in it and its magical properties. Is it just a focus? Was Jesus a friggin' artificer, casting cantrips to turn water into wine? I legit want to know more about Wizard Jesus. However, it's more likely just a strong focus for the weapon that empowers it. Regardless, the story here is great. We still get Bob telling everyone what to do and how to do it, but I really enjoy the interweaving stories between the ghost trail, the possible demon chains, the cabling kind of dug into them, the possessed, and the vampire politics that overlaps it all quite well, all while Harry's having to deal with his most emotional outing yet. Although all of these overlapping dynamics do feel a bit muddled with the pacing, I would say overall I loved this story and I loved everything going on within it. I really hope I don't have to wait several novels to find out the conclusion to what is set up here, what occurs in this outing, particularly with the Harry explosion situation near the end, as well as the fairy godmother fallout. Count me interested. This outing was probably my favorite by far. I can't wait to get back to you and talk about the world of the Dresden Files. My name's David. Thanks for watching Storybound. Please like and subscribe. And as always, have a good one.